Welcome to this video lecture series on transportation engineering. In this session, we shall discuss on the horizontal transition curves. Suppose a curve of radius r takes off from a straight road. A vehicle travels on this road, then due to the centrifugal force which suddenly acts on the vehicle just after the tangential point, a sudden lateral jerk is felt on the vehicle, and this causes the discomfort to the passengers, and it becomes difficult for the driver to steer the vehicle safely. Hence, the introduction of the transition curve makes it easy for the driver to safely drive the vehicle onto the curved path and come to a circular curve. So a straight path, a transition curve, and a smooth curve. In this particular series, the vehicle, it can turn on a sharp circular curve without causing discomfort to the passenger and the driver with the introduction of the transition curve. The transition curve, it has a radius which decreases from the infinity at a tangent point to a designed radius of the circular curve, and the rate of change of the radius of the transition curve will depend on the shape of the curve adopted and the equation of the curve. If you observe this figure for the transition curve in a horizontal alignment, point A to B is the straight road, whereas point B to C is the introduction of the transition curve in order to change the direction or the vehicle to smoothly come onto a circular curve between C and D. Again, D and E is the transition curve, and from E we have a straight road, whereas the R is the radius of the transition curve and LS is the length of the transition curve, whereas the distance OB and OE are the tangent distance. Here, if you see, if a vehicle it moves on a straight road, say from a distance of A to B, then the vehicle to smoothly come onto a circular curve at a point C to D, it is important that there is an introduction of a transition curve. As you can see from the figure, B to C and D to E are the transition curve, which makes it sure that the vehicle it travels without any lateral jerk to the passenger and without causing any discomfort to the driver while driving the vehicle at these points. Now, the object of providing a transition curve, as discussed earlier, is to introduce between a straight and a circular curve will help in to introduce gradually the centrifugal force between the tangent point and the beginning of the circular curve, avoiding the jerk to the vehicle. To enable the driver to turn the steering gradually for his own comfort and security. Next, to enable gradual introduction of the designed super elevation and extra widening of the pavement at the start of the curve, and lastly, to improve the aesthetic appearance of the road. Now, the length of the transition curve. The length of the transition curve is designed to fulfill the three conditions. First, rate of change of the centrifugal acceleration to be developed gradually. B, rate of introduction of the designed super elevation to be at a reasonable rate. And C, minimum length of the Indian Road Congress empirical formula. Now, A part, rate of change of the centrifugal acceleration. At the tangent point, the centrifugal acceleration v square upon r is 0 at the radius as the radius r is infinity. At the end of the transition, the radius r has the minimum value rm. Hence, the centrifugal acceleration is distributed over a length Ls of the transition curve, and it is distributed at a low rate that it will not cause discomfort for the passengers of a vehicle traveling at a design speed in with the velocity in meter per second. If t is the time taken in seconds to traverse at a uniform design speed of v in meters per second, then t is given as t equals to Ls upon v. And rate of change of centrifugal acceleration c is given by c equals to v square upon r upon t, that equals to v square upon r into t, that equals to v square upon r into Ls upon v, which again we get an equation of c equals to v cube upon r into Ls. When v is in kilometers per hour, Indian Road Congress has recommended the equation c equals to 80 upon 75 plus v in meter per second cube, where c varies from 0.5 to 0.8. And once c is decided, Ls, that is the length of the transition curve, is calculated as Ls equals to v cube upon c into r. If v is in kilometers per hour, then Ls equals to 0.0215 v cube upon cr, where Ls is the length of the transition curve in meters, c is the allowable rate of change of the centrifugal acceleration, v equals to the design speed in kilometers per hour, and small v equals to design speed in meter per second. R is the radius of the circular curve M. The rate of the introduction of the super elevation. It is not desirable to raise the outer edge of a pavement at a larger rate than 1 in 150. Hence, the length of the transition curve should be at least 150 times the total amount by which the outer edge of the pavement is to be raised with respect to the center line. Now, let E equals to the rate of the super elevation, which is designed super elevation. W equals to the width of the pavement. WE is the extra widening on a circular curve. So the total width B of the pavement will be equals to width of the pavement plus the extra widening, that is W plus WE. So the total rising of the pavement with respect to the inner edge will be equals to E into B, that equals to E in the bracket, as we know, B equals to W plus WE. Hence, E into the bracket W plus WE equals to capital E, that is the total raised pavement. Now, if it is assumed that the pavement is rotated at a center line after neutralizing the camber, then the maximum amount by which the outer edge is to be raised at the circular curve with respect to the center will be equals to E by 2. Hence, allowing the rate of change of the super elevation of 1 in n, where the minimum value of n equals to 150 to 60. So Ls is given by En upon 2, that equals to E into n upon 2 multiplied by in the bracket W plus WE. However, if the pavement is rotated about the inner edge, then the length of the transition curve is given by Ls equals to En, that equals to E into n, the bracket W plus WE. Now, by the minimum length by the Indian Road Congress empirical formula. According to the Indian Road Congress standards, the length of the horizontal transition curve Ls should not be less than the value given by the following equation. First, for a plane and a rolling terrain, so the length of the transition curve LS will be equals to 2.7 multiplied by V square upon R. For a mountainous and a steep terrain, LS will be equals to V square upon R. LS should be highest of the above three values. Here it should be noted that the V square should be read as V square and not as V into 2. The shift of the transition curve. If the length of the transition curve is Ls and the radius of this circular curve is R, then the shift S of the transition curve will be given as S equals to Ls square upon 24R. With this we shall stop here. Thank you.